So the question came up earlier today. I posted on in the chat room and on Twitter, StockTwits, and I sent out an email and I said the bear is dead. That was first thing this morning, and that the SPY now is in the markets. The indices are now in an uptrending channel, new bull trend uptrending channel. And so the question came from Ash, one of the members. How much? Yeah, I mean, what gives you the conviction that the bear is dead? Why are you saying that? I mean, if COVID worsens and stuff backs off, isn't this a bear trap? And that's a very valid question. Typically, what you're going to find is the markets in a bear market could bounce up to 50%, and then they roll over and they come down, and at best they test the 220. They'll test the market lows or even go lower. We saw that back here in 2018. We had the high of 157, and it came down and tested 74, 75-point drop. It then bounced 20 points, so that wasn't quite a 50% bounce. That was a 37.5 Fibonacci retracement. It then rolled over and didn't actually, in fact, hold the low. It traded down to 67, another 10 points lower, another 10 or 15% lower than that, 18% lower. So that was, and this was based on the crisis of the the real estate bubble. So a much different scenario than we have here in regards to the cause. Markets were humming along. Some perma bears would say, and bubble bears were saying that this was a bubble, an everything bubble, and so we were expecting a pullback. I didn't believe that one for a bit. I believed we were in a big secular bull market, and we could expect a bit of a pullback. We weren't expecting a 35% pullback, though, 35-40% pullback. I think the SPY pulled back 35%. So this is, in my opinion, is a bit of a different story. I would say that this is, originally I had thought it was just a 3-wave pullback here, and we may be expecting a 4th and then a 5th wave pullback to 220. And what I said was, and I've been saying this for the last 2-3 weeks, what I said was, if this market, when we had this capitulation and this island reversal here, if this market just trades in here sideways, then look for this to roll over and pull back and trade actually to a lower level. If we see this market, and then the other thing I said though is, if we see this market bounce, then expect it to, at best or at worst, to pull back to the 220, the 2200 level, and go. But what I think we found instead, now there's a couple of ways to look at that. If you look at this not on a daily, but more on a 4-hourly chart, you'll see that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe this is 4, and then the wave 5. Or you could say it as 1, 2, big wave, 3 down, island reversal, pop, 4, and then a truncated 5th. We're now in a new, now look at this thing is trending up. Now it does need to get, it is, at this 2740 level, which is resistance for it. But this is a new channel for the market. This is and I'm calling this a new bull channel. I think we've seen the lows for the bear. We've pulled back, now in a rising channel. This is the new bull channel. So that's why I called the bear dead. And this is the new bull channel. Yes, we're going to see some bad news to come yet, and we could get a pullback. We could get a pullback to this level down here, the 25.75. If it fails that and rolls over, then 24.50 would be the next level, but I would still say we're in a bull phase. Could be wrong, but that's my conviction. And I make the calls. I mean, when I make the calls, I post it, I publish it, and I'm not going to be saying this after the fact. Oh, I said this was going higher. I post it. I say I put my reputation on the line and say, this is the call. This is where we're at. The bear is dead. We're moving forward. So when I make those calls, I say it with full conviction. This is not a half-hearted call with a view of maybe at a later date saying, well, I didn't really mean that. What I really meant was this. So this is the call. It is conviction. I'm not looking to short markets anymore. I'm looking to go long, put on long swings. And we've been doing long swings the last 3 or 4 days. We've been putting them on. And actually, when we did put some on in here as well, we got